I want to talk about because what you need to do for this resurrection to happen. Okay, so it'll take a little longer on this Masati on Sunday. Okay, um, is for this resurrection to happen. And again, billions of people celebrate this Easter Sunday, right? So, in this case, it's a great opportunity to forgive because you have to forgive properly for this, for you to resurrect to a higher state. Right? You can't do it the old way. And this is what I want to talk about. Um, so, again, take a deep breath in. So, what Jordan Peterson got half-assed right about forgiveness, because again, so Jordan Peterson, again, great guy. He's got a lot of intelligence, again, but he's missing half of it. And why? And this is why, again, forgiveness. And this is why you still feel like, well, like shit after letting go, right? How many people have done that? You forgive somebody or you forgive yourself and you feel like crap. Exactly. That's only half-assed. So we want to do it right, right? I just picked on with Jordan Peterson because a lot of what he says on how to forgive is basically how most people forgive. So, all right. So again, everybody's talking about forgiveness. Jordan Peterson talks about it. Therapists preach it, churches push it, and your friends post it about it like fucking every time Mercury goes retrograde, right? But let's get the real facts for a second. If forgiveness worked the way they all say it does, then why do so many people feel heavier after doing it? Have you ever wondered about that? Why does the pain come back 3 months later, 6 months later? Why do you still remember it 20 years ago, from 20 years ago? Why do the memories still sting, 10 years down the road? Why does your nervous system still flinch the second that person's name comes up? Because what most people call forgiveness, it's just a coping mechanism. They forgave the effect but never deleted the cause. That's not the way Jesus would do it, by the way. Right? You need to forgive the way Jesus would forgive, no matter what religion you are. Right? So let's break it down. Right? Jordan Peterson, Jordan Peterson is that forgiveness requires personal responsibility, deep reflection, genuine repentance, learning from your mistakes, letting go and moving forward. It sounds mature, right? Sounds great, and it does at a logical level. But if you're only dealing with surface level reality, again, this half, but you're leaving the cause. But what if the cause isn't even in your conscious mind? What if it's not from this lifetime? What if the betrayal you experienced in your 30s matched the distortion from age 7? What if you're running your mom and dad's patterns or grandparents' patterns, which matched the trauma you inherited from, well, your parents, your grandparents, and so on, right? So, which came from a code embedded in your DNA. So, you're not going to say, journal your way through that. You can't. You're not going to say, own your side because it's not yours and magically delete, well, an intergenerational frequency loop. You can't do that. That's what Jesus was talking about. Again, Jordan Peterson got this side spot on. That's the way you should do it. But what about this half? Genetic coding, the distortions of humanity, all those things that you're bringing along. And that's where most people get stuck. They do the work, they forgive, they let go, they try to be the bigger person, but the weight doesn't lift. The pain doesn't dissolve. The patterns repeat. New person, new situation, right? Same energy. And now they think something's wrong with them. They did something wrong, and then they forgive even more. Again, because they followed all the rules, but the energy didn't leave. So here's why. They never forgave at the origin point. Again, the cause. They never deleted the frequency receptor that attracted the experience to begin with. So they managed the symptoms, but they never removed the signal. That signal is still running, it's still draining your energy, and it's still keeping the loop alive. So in XI science, meta science, forgiveness isn't emotional. It's not a moral thing. It's not even about feeling better, guys. Although that is an after effect. It's about deleting distortions from your field. So we don't stop at the story, we go to the resonance behind the story. We trace the frequency, we delete the receptor, we return the distortion to its source. Not out of revenge, but out of resonance correction. Because nature demands balance. So, and true forgiveness restores that balance. So, no more guilt, no more charge, no more loop. So, let's compare conventional forgiveness, Jordan Peterson style. So, you own your, you own your role, reflect deeply, apologize properly, let go emotionally, try to move on, right? So that's a standard mechanism, or what I call Jordan Peterson's. So XI forgiveness, identify the frequency receptor, delete the origin point, return the distortion to the sender, collapse the loop, perform, lead, and live with zero residue. Right? This is why in XI, when you forgive, you don't have to do it again. You don't have to revisit the wound in therapy a dozen more times. You don't have to pretend you're healed when your body knows better because the pattern no longer exists in you. How many of you have gone through that kind of forgiveness? That's not just closure, by the way. That's energetic sovereignty. That's resurrection. That's forgiveness that works. And that's exactly what the hyper meditation on forgiveness for peak performance is about.